Hello, and welcome to the Internet Code video series. These videos were developed to provide an overview of Internet services. They are intended for deaf, deafblind, or hard of hearing customers. All videos have captions and voiceovers. The Internet Code and your rights as a customer. This video will provide information about consumer rights as defined in the Internet Code. The Canadian Radio, Television and Telecommunications Commission, or CRTC for short, created the Internet Code, which is based on Telecom Regulatory Policy CRTC 2019 269. The Internet Code is also referred to as the Code. The code applies to specific Internet service providers, or ISPs, as identified by the CRTC, as well as their brands and affiliates. The list of ISPs is noted at the beginning of this video. For simplicity, in this video, we will call them the Code ISPs. The code does not apply to customers of other ISPs or their brands and affiliates. The code applies to all Internet services provided by the code ISPs to individual customers, whether purchased on a standalone basis or as part of a bundle, and whether purchased in person, online, or over the phone. The code does not apply to Internet services provided to businesses. The code is intended to help customers of the code ISPs be better informed of their rights and responsibilities as written or identified in their contracts. There are 4 broad benefits identified in the Internet Code. One, it ensures easier to understand contracts, documentation, and policies concerning service calls, outages, security deposits, and disconnections. 2, it helps customers receive clear information about pricing, including limited time promotions and commercial agreements where Internet service is provided as part of a bundle. 3, it helps customers manage their bills through data usage notification requirements and data management tools. 4, it provides for rules around contract early cancellation fees and trial periods. Let's take a look at each of these a little more closely. Contracts, documentation and policies, service calls, outages, security deposits, and disconnections. Contracts and documentation. The Internet Code applies to new, renewed, or amended contracts. It also applies to some aspects of existing contracts agreed to before the Internet Code came into force on January 31st, 2020. A contract identifies the services included in the contract, such as data that the customer agreed to and will receive for the duration of the contract, and any limits on the use of those services that could trigger overage charges or additional fees. The code generally prohibits code ISPs from changing key contract terms and conditions during a commitment period without the informed and express consent of the customer. When a service provider notifies a customer that it intends to change a key contract term or condition, the customer may refuse the change. Written contracts and related documents must use clear and easy to understand language that is timely, accurate, and accessible. Customers who are deaf, deaf-blind, or hard of hearing, or persons with a disability can receive a copy of the contract, the critical information summary, and related documents in an accessible format upon request at no charge and at any time during the commitment period. Accessible formats must be responsive to each customer's accessibility needs and may include, among others, large print, braille, documents in plain text, or Word format. The commitment period of a contract will depend on whether a customer has a fixed term or month-to-month contract. For fixed-term contracts, the commitment period is the entire duration of the contract. For month-to-month contracts, the commitment period is the current month or billing cycle. Policies: service calls, outages, security deposits, and disconnections. Code ISPs must also provide additional information concerning their policies, such as those related to service calls, outages, and security deposits. The Internet Code also sets out requirements for when disconnection may occur and what notice must be provided prior to disconnections. Pricing. The Internet Code requires that all prices set out in contracts and offers must be clear. This also includes prices related to any promotions, discounts, incentives, other time-limited offers, and bundles. Code ISPs must identify if prices include taxes and any other limitations. Code ISPs may not charge their customers for services or devices that they have not expressly purchased. Contracts must also outline overage charges that will be applied in instances where a customer exceeds their data limits during a billing cycle. When a customer purchases services on an unlimited basis, overage fees cannot be charged. Unlimited services cannot be limited unless the limits are clearly identified in the service provider's fair use policy. Usage notifications and bill management. The Internet Code requires that code ISPs provide usage notifications and bill management tools. Where customers have an Internet plan that includes a usage limit, customers will receive usage alerts or notifications at specific usage thresholds in their monthly data plan and before overage charges being applied when applicable. In addition, where a code ISP applies overage fees on plans, they must provide data management tools and services to help customers track their data usage and better manage their bills. Trial periods and contract cancellations. Trial period. When a customer agrees to a contract that includes an early cancellation fee, they are eligible for a trial period lasting a minimum of 15 calendar days. The trial period is extended to a minimum of 30 calendar days for deaf, deaf-blind, hard-of-hearing customers and persons with disabilities. The trial period allows customers to determine whether the service meets their needs. If the service is not suitable, customers can cancel their contract without penalty or early cancellation fees if two conditions are met. 1. They used less than the permitted usage, if a usage limit is identified, and 2. They have returned any equipment or device provided by the code ISP in near new condition, including original packaging, if applicable. Near new condition means that there are no cracks or damaged parts, for example. Installation fees may still be applicable even if a customer cancels during a trial period. Contract cancellations. The Internet Code provides additional clarity concerning contract cancellations. A customer may cancel their contract at any time by notifying their code ISP. When a customer cancels a contract before the end of the commitment period, they will need to pay the early cancellation fee outlined in their contract. A customer can also cancel their contract if the code ISP fails to provide the contract within the required time frame, or if the terms and conditions of the permanent copy of the contract are not the same as what the customer agreed to. In this instance, if the cancellation occurs within 45 calendar days of the start of the contract, they do not have to pay an early cancellation fee or any other penalty. Administration and complaint process. A customer who believes that their code ISP is not adhering to the code must first try to resolve the problem directly with the code ISP. If still unsatisfied, they can contact the Commission for Complaints for Telecom Television Services, CCTS, to file a complaint. The CCTS can be contacted in several different ways, be it online on their website, by mail or by phone, either through SRV Canada VRS or TTY, as well as by fax.